In secret, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has shown his tremendous support in rebuilding the Third Temple. Recently, he released a video walking through underground tunnels beneath Al-Aqsa, which some believe are intended to weaken the foundations of the mosque and justify a takeover of the Temple Mount.
That Netanyahu's actually privately been funding some of the push through the rabbis around this conversation of building a third temple, but he certainly extended. And he said, the Temple Mount is in our hands. Now he said that in that famous statement.
The Temple Mount is in our hands. We are in Jerusalem and we are here to stay.
That was definitely sending a signal that he too is aware of this movement towards the construction of a third temple. In fact, I've been told that privately.
We have to know that Jerusalem is the capital of the state of Israel. If other people want to live here, they're welcome. They could live in Jerusalem, but they have their obligations, what to do, okay? First of all, recognize that things are going to change in the Temple Mount. We're going to have the third temple, okay? Things are going to change. We're going to have the third temple, okay? Things are going to change.
We will all see the building of the third temple in Jerusalem very soon.
When you look at the situation right now, it always seems impossible until it's done. But listen, devoted Jews and rabbi have prepared everything for the construction of the third temple.
The Sanhedrin is completely reestablished and functional. The Temple Institute in Jerusalem is active. All of the golden pieces that are being put together for the third temple have been built and are ready. The table of showbread is ready. The menorah is ready. And I could go on and on and on. The third temple is ready.
You see, everything have been prepared. Now it is time to rebuild the third temple. Listen to this Temple Institute official telling when they will start building the temple.
We can make it happen. It's definitely getting closer and closer as more and more Jews are ascending the Temple Mount. More and more Jews are learning about the Holy Temple and understanding its beauty, its potential, what it can do, how its transformational potential, not only for the people of Israel, but for the entire world. And boy, do we need it.
They believe this is a time of rebuilding. As part of their preparations, they intend to sacrifice a red heifer on an upcoming Jewish holiday, most likely Tisha B'Av. This holiday is traditionally a day of mourning for the destruction of the first and second temples.
Architectural plans for the third temple in Jerusalem are complete and ready for submission to the Jerusalem Planning and Building Committee for approval.
Mr. Trump could promise to use his building skills to build a temple in return for being the king of the Jews.
And we honor President Trump for what he has done for Jerusalem and for the Jewish people.
Presented to President Donald J. Trump for his extraordinary and heroic effort. I like that.
That Donald Trump had initiated a prophetic process, and that when the time was right, it would lead to the building of the third temple.
Listen to this pastor explaining how close we are to the rebuilding of the third temple.
Practice, and they are going to do the ceremony of the red heifer, and that is going to bring in the third temple, and that is going to bring in a lot more end times than people really want to talk about, because we love to think, oh yeah, we got 50 more years. Nope, I'm telling you. And with Trump being in office, he's accentuating what's happening in a good way, because prophetically, man, he's coming in, taking over, Gaza, the relocation of the Gazans, and now God's calling more of the Jewish people back from around the world. And so it's really a very interesting time to live.
We have paskin that all Jews around the world have an obligation, I feel right now, to do whatever is in their power to come to Eretz Israel, and that is the mitzvah of the Torah, and that is the mitzvah of today.
You see, Sanhedrin urgently ask all Jews to return to the Holy Land. They are ready to build the third temple.
This was what the Sanhedrin included in the official brochure, right, that comes with the coin. And this is just one part of it, but I'll read just this short excerpt. President Trump is advancing a prophetic process that will usher in, when the time comes, the rebuilding of the third temple. Many of these rabbis are not even hiding now. what it is that they expect Donald Trump to do. But most of this right now is behind the scene because of political pressures. Donald Trump wants to get out his Middle East peace plan of the century.
The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it, too.
Just imagine if President Trump announces he will build the third temple in Jerusalem, because he himself is a Jewish.
First Jewish president of the United States.
And he support evangelical Christians. No one dare to condemn him, I guess. As right now, he will take control Gaza and the world just go silent.
Just recently, U.S. Ambassador to Israel seemed to support Trump plan, including rebuild the temple.
What does that Palestinian state look like? Okay. Where is it? Where is it going to be?
He already visited red heifers in Jerusalem and pray for the construction of the third temple soon.
For it is not by strength that man prevails. The Lord will destroy his adversary.
Not only that, U.S. Minister of Defense also support Trump to build the third temple. It is so coincidence.
And there's no reason why the miracle of the reestablishment of the temple on the Temple Mount is not possible.
And I believe where it's going to be the third temple.
So tell me about that. You say you want to build the third temple. Exist, or do you have to actually destroy one of those Islamic sites in order to build the temple?
We cannot have a mosque together with the third temple together. It just doesn't go together.
Meaning one of those structures, the mosque, the Al-Aqsa Mosque, has to go in order for the temple to be built?
Yes.
Today's Jews have more power because they outnumber Palestinians. They believe if one prophecy happens, another will follow. After Jews return to Holy Land, the next thing they are going to do is building the third temple. And it is about to happen very soon. Settlers place a sign on road indicating the direction to what is referred to as the third temple. I believe they are dead serious about rebuilding the third temple. Israeli National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir has been making moves that challenge the status quo on the Temple Mount. Recently, he led 1,000 of Jewish worshippers in prayer at the site, which has traditionally been restricted under long-standing agreements. Ben-Gvir has openly stated that Jewish prayer should be allowed on the Temple Mount, contradicting previous policies that limited religious activities there. He said if Muslim can pray, Jew can also pray.
Today, people are no longer asking whether Jews can build the third temple. Instead, they are wondering when it will be finished. What about you? What do you think?